Good evening, guys. DeathClock Dave here, and welcome to another Wednesday night live stream battle report recap. This evening we had Mr. Bryce Wilkins playing his Menoth versus myself playing Convergence. Bryce, what were you playing for your pairing this evening?
Harby versus Krios 2.
All right. You were playing Harby versus Krios 2?
Oh,
That'd be interesting.
Completely.
And what themes were you in?
Faithful Masses and Exemplar Indirect.
All right. And I switched up my pairing a little bit. I was playing Axis in Destruction Initiative and also Orion in Destruction Initiative. And Bryce, what did you choose to play this evening and why?
Harbinger, I think she deals with shooting fairly well. And being able to hold this scenarios kind of...
Martyrdom's a thing, is what you're saying?
Martyrdom's a thing.
Yeah. And kicking monks.
And
stone stance and all that kind of different stuff. Yeah.
Making Dave very angry.
Yeah. It was. I hate those guys. So I chose to play Axis. I think it probably could have gone either way. The Orion list has a lot of very high quality shooting and can remove a lot of models. The Axis list has double tap, so I thought that was going to be good into his Idrian. So I opted to play Axis because he's also got the control portion of the game as well, so I thought that would be okay. He's got a lot of like charging weapon masters and silly stuff like that, so causing them to not be able to charge seemed good to me. And so we were playing this evening Scenario 5, which is Mirage, so it has all of the scoring elements, and I won the roll and opted to go first. I opted to go first just to try and get as far up the board as possible. I wanted to get myself in a good position for a feat potentially on turn 2. So with the Axis feat, everybody in his control area, with the corollary, he's got a control of 14. The enemy models suffer -2 speed, -2 strength, and cannot. The only thing that they can do is basically advance or run. So they can't trample, slam, do charges, that sort of thing. So it's a really nice control feat. So with Mirage, we have 2 circular zones, which are Warcaster, Warlock. Units. We have 2 objectives, and we each chose to use the healing objective, and then we have 3 flags kind of diagonally across the board that can be controlled by Warcaster, Warlock solos. So lots of scoring elements spread across the board, and it's fairly easy to score early and often because you can pretty easily score your own zone, and then with the flags around and stuff too, depending on if you have solos. If you're playing an army that didn't have a lot of solos, you could potentially be in trouble here. So we're just getting prepped for the setup here. So Bryce is laying down for your theme. You get
an extra wall
within 20 inches or something of your
20 inches of the board.
Yeah,
and it has to be outside of 3 inches outside of a piece of terrain.
Oh, okay, cool. So that's a pretty happy spot for Harby to sit. So I'm deploying Axis centrally. I want to put him in a good spot so that I can apply my feet to as much of the board as possible. Corollary goes beside him because they always want to be good buddies hanging out together. I'm going to put a tap on the far left and right flanks just so that they can be in spots to potentially deal with the Idrians. I also have to be mindful of where my objective is and that wall and that flag because being a huge base, the placement can be a little bit of an issue, so I had to kind of plan where I wanted things to land. I have an inverter to the right of the corollary. I have an inverter to the far left beside the left tep. They're there to protect the teps with countercharge. I have a Cypher kind of in the middle. His job is typically going to be laying down rough terrain AoEs. And then I've really just got a smattering of servitors all around. I put a decent amount in the middle so that they can protect Axis. I also wanted to have them in spots where they could protect the Teps because I fully expected him to prey me with his Idrians. So, and that's basically my deployment. Oh, and I've got a diffuser in the back as well for my shooty little jack. So, how are you deploying here, Bryce?
I thought about this. I was gonna try and keep Harby in the middle, but I actually moved her over because I wanted her closer to the, closer to the objective because I picked the healing objective.
You mean to say that Harby sometimes takes damage?
A little bit.
Okay.
A little bit of damage. There's been a couple times in this game that I may have used it on her.
Mm-hmm.
So I put my Crusaders up near that house. I'm gonna slowly move them up because they're slow, but and then all the way up to the top there's a Paladin on a horse because they're scary.
Yep.
Max threat 15 or something like that.
Yeah. And then you got one on the far left flank.
And then I got one all the way to the bottom as well. Then I got Sanctifier. He's gonna come up behind these Adrians and suck up their souls and get angry. And then I just put 2 units of Adrians and the Kicky Monks in a position.
Yep. In annoying spots. Yeah.
Because Kicky Monks want to either be on a flag or contest a flag. Forever.
So I have done my advanced deployment as well.
Vilmon's in there too.
Right, yes.
Vilmon and of course Acquire.
Right, and the Gragas is a regular Paladin guy. He's the one proxy.
Champion of the wall.
Yeah, cool. So I've just put my reflex servitors. I've advanced deployed them to get in spots where they can get in annoying places because they do have counter charge, trying to protect the rest of my army. And as expected, your Idrians have preyed my Teps on either side, so kind of to match up against them.
I don't think I should do that. I think I should change that prey. I don't think...
Yeah, it could be interesting because the Teps, they soak up 3 shots per turn automatically for free, effectively, so that makes it a little potentially less palatable, but a POW 13 can go a long way. So for terrain on the board, we have on Bryce's side, we have water in the middle. Below that, we have the wall from his theme. To the left of that, we have a hill. Above that, we have a forest. To the left of that, we have a wall. In the middle of the board, we have a house, so the entire template is an obstruction. To the right of that, we have rubble, which is rough terrain, and cover if you're fully within. Above that, we have a forest, and to the left and above that, we have a forest as well. So this game shall henceforth be known as Mistakes Were Made. Yeah. So Bryce has not played in a long time. I have not played Axis in a very long time, and I just made a lot of silly errors here. So you'll notice those throughout this game. So. Here I'm moving up my reflex servitors, and I've moved them up to spots, and I've actually dug them in. I haven't marked them because I have 6 of them. So I believe all of the reflex servitors, without maybe the one by the house I think ran, so he's got cover anyway. But all of the other ones moved up and just dug in. I moved up, ran the TEP to get farther up the board and just measuring to stay out of your threat of 16 on the Idrians, just so I wasn't taking shots unnecessarily on turn 1. Yeah, so getting shot.
Like POW 11.
With prey, POW 13
combined range.
Yeah, that's dice off 6, and when you combine, it gets that. So I did not want to take unnecessary damage on my TEP first turn. So here I'm planning where Axis is going to land. So I have cast Onslaught on Axis, so all of my battle group gets Pathfinder on the charge, and I also cast Iron Aggression on the bottom inverter.
I'm just pointing out that you forgot something on that one too.
Yes.
You moved the guy up and never put his friggin' thing down.
Mistakes were made. This wasn't feat turn, so.
No, but you still moved up and never put your...
Oh, if I run, I can't put them down.
Oh, you can't put them down.
Yeah, only when I do normal movement. So unfortunately, I did not activate my corollary first, so I did not allocate any focus. So my corollary did not get the focus he was supposed to get, which he was then supposed to give to all of the heavy hitters, and that was supposed to flow down the line and end up back on the corollary. So that was a huge mistake on my part. So my speed 4 heavies moved up 4 inches, which was very, very bad. So that was a huge mistake on my part. Always move your corollary first so it gets that free focus for being within 3 inches of your caster. And then I basically just run everything up to kind of be in the way. I've dug in my reflex servitors, and I've got some shield guards around. So over to you, Bryce. What are you looking at here?
I was seeing how close I can get with it.
Nice. Because you don't want to get shot. Right.
At the time, I had it online on some of your servitors, and you're at 16, and I need 15.
Yep.
Of that Paladin up there. So I just move him up because I know you're going to be coming into range next turn anyways.
Yep. My feat gives +2 speed to all of my guys. So
just staying on your 17.
Yep. Threats. Teps threatened 17 is good times.
This is a Kicky Monk. He stays
hate that
on
guy.
the corner.
So he's up by the house and
I screw that up.
shifting stance or whatever it's called.
Yeah, shifting stance. These guys go up. I think it just pops some shots at you, actually. Yeah, 3 guys. I actually shoot at your caster.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think I did I did 9 damage. No. I did 7 damage. You take 1 away.
Yeah, so I think it did 2 or something. I knew he was going to get shot at there. I had some shield guards around, but I knew that you weren't going to get a huge amount on him there.
Yeah, 3. They combined range. I rolled. Yeah, so
you rolled hot.
You rolled hot.
Yeah.
It was 7 damage.
Yeah, and I shrugged 5.
Shrugged 5.
Yeah, and I knew that I was close enough to the objective to heal next turn, so it was kind of a calculated risk for being in the middle of the board there. And I also didn't want to lose any of my servitors right away.
And then everybody repositions back.
Yeah.
I think I should have.
Idrians get all the rules.
Oh, they just have Pathfinder and
reposition and pray and dig in and combine range POW 11s.
Yeah,
something like that. Things on charge too.
Crusaders just run up. They're really just a second wave. Try and get as many guys around them as possible so they're angry and maybe they do something.
They got like Hand of Vengeance or Righteous Vengeance or something.
So it gives a +2 attack and damage, if friendly model dies within 5. These guys just move up. I don't think I do anything with them. They just they dig in.
Oh, those guys dig in. Right.
I believe I forgot this guy, so I didn't move it. Sanctifier runs up to get within as many guys in as possible.
Because he also is going to get angry.
Because I want him to get angry and gather up souls. Because he can hold 5 souls.
And they turn into focus.
Yes. And this is where I screw up, I believe. Yeah, this is where I screw up. I'm measuring to stay out of your threat of 17, all that kind of stuff, and then forget to purify.
Yes. That was, mistakes are made, guys. Purify, Axis does not like purification because he's only focus 6, and that would have taken away his 2 upkeeps, which would have made him sad. So,
so Hierophant just moves up, and I think he doesn't do anything. Those are the choir hasn't gone yet. You can't see him, but there's a Paladin down below, and
he is
to the
far left flank.
Pain in the butt, like every other model I have. Choir move up within 3, and give no shooting.
Yep.
The regular stuff, and Book walks up, gives no knockdown.
Yeah, that's the other thing this list doesn't like is you've got a lot of no knockdown and can't be moved, which is kind of what like the macro pummelers knock you down, and Axis also has bulldoze effectively on his battle group or on his warjack, so that would it's sad not being able to do that. So here I'm just figuring out where I need to place to feat. Bryce has smartly moved his cav to the far left and far right flank, making it difficult for me to get in a position where I can tag all of them. I'm really trying to just salvage the situation with my jacks being as far back as they were. I feel that I don't know. I probably, in hindsight, with the mistake that I made, I probably should have just kind of contested his flag in his zone with something like a servitor or something to make him at least work for it, I guess. I probably didn't even need to do that because he's going to easily remove those models anyway. And I probably should have just shuffled around and positioned myself for a feat on the next turn because there's only so much that my Teps are going to be able to get to. So the Teps end up threading 17 with their sprays under the Axis feat. So
I mean, you took coming up here.
Yeah, I shoot a bunch of guys. I mean, that's what Teps do, especially because you're only def 13. So I really only need to throw 1 dice to hit, and then I kill automatically or not on. Yeah, automatically killed. So
because you're not living.
I'm 11, so I always kill on the hit. So I'm doing basically 4 shots at POW 11. So. It's the big thing is that Harby can keep them alive, which is
if you don't screw up.
If you don't screw up. So figuring out where I'm going to go. I've moved up my servitors, a couple of reflex servitors, and I'm placing the servitors in such a way that they're going to be protecting Axis with shield guards, and also I've got a reflex servitor there for a potential countercharge. I did mess up here a little bit because I didn't put the attunement servitor actually base to base with the flag. He's close enough that he's going to be within 4 inches next turn anyway, but I should have had him base to base to at least force him to have to deal with him.
It's only Turn 2 for you.
Well, on the end of your turn, I would be. Or sorry, yes, because we haven't incremented the thing, so this is turn technically 2A.
2A.
So on your turn, it's going to be scoring turn. So I should have had him on there to at least force you to have to do something there. So I've moved up with Axis. I have feeded. I miraculously still have all of my upkeeps up.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Bryce. My jacks are really far away, so they're not going to be able to get a whole lot of work done. They're basically going to be able to try and get in the way and be in countercharge positions for the next turn is really what they're going to do. So definitely not an optimal feat because your Idrians are quite happy to be sitting back shooting anyway.
I'll just sit around and not do anything.
They're just going to sit there and shoot me anyway, so it's not a big deal. Your jacks are so far away that you couldn't have got to me anyway, and I'm not catching your calves, so it was really trying, basically just getting the teps to get some work done. So I think I probably should have held the feat and just kept myself back a little bit to force you to come forward, and then I could have feated the next turn, and my jacks could have actually been getting into things. So I think that was probably a misplay on my part.
I can give those guys to get Pathfinder for my jacks.
Nice. That is one of the weaknesses of Menoth for sure, because I really like the 4-inch AoE rough terrain on the Cypher, and I can buy 2 shots with it, which is really nice. So here I've gone ahead and I've moved up my TEP. So he's effectively speed 7 right now. I've moved him up and I've pooped out some servitors. So I've got 5
dice.
Yeah, I've got 1.
You get 2 shots with 5 dice.
Is it 2 shots with 5? Oh, right, because I'm trying to kill the stupid kicking monk.
You started kicking monk.
Right.
Yeah, you got 2 shots with 5 dice.
Yeah. So I really want that kicking monk dead because he's actually out of range of Harvey to martyrdom him.
That's where I screwed up.
So I'm rat 5. You are ridiculous. 18 plus. Oh, I ignore the cover. So I need to hit a 13 on 5 dice. And
I think you missed the first time.
I can't remember.
You missed the first time, hit me with the second one.
Okay. Oh no, because if I missed, you would have moved, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So you must have hit me the first time.
Yeah,
but he only killed 1 guy.
Yeah, that's the thing. So it was really, kicking monks are a real pain in the butt because they're hard to deal with later. But it definitely seems suboptimal with the TEP.
He's 1 shot to kill 1 model.
So bad. I might have killed 1 Idrian too. I can't remember.
I think there was an Adrian behind him because I think. I
think it just snuck past the house there. So
no, you couldn't see him.
Okay, so here I'm figuring out where I'm going to put my other TEP. So I'm just moving him up in to try and get a line on some of the Idrians. So I plan to just shoot at the Idrians to take them out because I really only need 1 dice to hit, and then I can put the other servitors into extra shots. So I'll be rolling 3 dice to hit and rolling 4 different attacks, which is on a 10-inch spray is pretty good to be getting some work done with the Idrians. I also ran up my inverter before that. I moved up and gave him Pathfinder from the Optifex directive, so the mechanics, and that way he could get through the forest. And he's just in a spot where he can potentially protect the TEP with countercharge.
I think you killed 2.
And then I'm just shooting guys, and then we figure out if you're going to martyrdom, that sort of thing. So it wasn't great lines. I think I was getting maybe a couple of guys per shot. I didn't even bother trying to shoot at the stupid kicking monk because he's 18 and I'm only rolling 3 dice, so I have to roll 7. No, I'm 5. I need to roll 13 on 3 dice, which seemed bad. And even if I put a bunch of dice into him to try and hit him, he's in martyrdom range. So
that just
seemed like a waste.
He's just going to move anyways.
Yeah, so I figured
become more defensive.
Yeah, Idrians were a better bet. They are dug in, I think, but my spray ignores the cover anyway. So
they are no longer dug in. No, they are.
That 1 guy is not dug in. So I've gone now with my Cypher. I've moved up and I am shooting rough terrain shot. Oh no, that was a.
I don't know what that was.
That was a blast damage shot, I believe.
Yeah.
So I moved up with the Cypher. I did some blast damage because his jacks are too far away that they're not going to be able to get to me anyway, and the Idrians already have Pathfinder. So I'm just shooting basically POW 6 blast damage just so that if I boost it, I can potentially kill a couple of guys. And this, I believe, was the rough terrain. So it's in the way at least to limit where his jacks can go because his jacks are speed 2 effectively right now. So putting that right in front of them is a pretty nice way to slow them down and kind of keep them out of the fight for now. And then I'm just shuffling guys up. I'm putting servitors in spots where they can act as shield guards, just to soak up some shots, because I know that the main thing that he's going to be able to do is throw shots at me with the Idrians, because all of his he can't charge, so all of his melee is effectively blunted. Other than the ponies on the far left and far right flank are out of feet. So, and that is over to you, Bryce.
This is where I'm figuring out where. And I put Paladin.
I put models on the flags too, just to.
Top Paladin's gonna go in and try and disrupt you a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was the right play or not. I think I should have kept pushing upwards and going around, but.
Yeah, the Paladin's really good against my huge base because you can see me over the forest, so you can kind of pretty much be anywhere and charge me.
Vengeance goes off.
Yes,
Vilmon moves up.
Right.
This is more of a, I'm going to put him there and see where he's
I think you healed Harby too.
I healed Harby.
Yeah, you healed Harby with your objective.
Yeah.
Just to keep her in the safe zone.
She didn't take all that much.
No, it adds up when she can martyrdom every turn though. So
yeah.
Yeah, so you did your vengeance move, just moving up basically.
I was thinking about putting a cataclysm on your boss, but
yeah,
on your core caster, but
yeah, I'm not sitting on any focus. I don't believe.
No, you have 4 on.
I got 4. Oh, right, okay, yeah, because I didn't really get anything done this turn, so
no.
So yeah, so I figured you'd be safe that way. So I probably
looking to know where you in the feet and stuff. I think I just pretty much just try and chip away at all the actual servitors that you have, not the ones you can poop out. I mean, a bunch of them get shield guarded.
Yep.
I don't allocate anything. They just all power up. Vengeance move up, and I believe that's it for my maintenance phase. Yeah, these guys just move up within 10, trying to shoot some stuff around that flag there.
Yeah.
Because that kicking monk is in position to contest it for the rest of the game.
Dumb kicking monk. I hate those guys.
So these Adrians are just going to move up and take pot shots at everything. Pretty much just try and remove as many of your shield guards and everything else.
Yeah. So a couple of them set to aim as well.
Yeah, a couple set to aim. Other ones just... The ones with the red beads are going to sitting and aiming.
And here you go with a shooting. You're only needing... I'm only 12s all around.
So I only need 6.
Except for the dug-in reflex servitors.
Yeah, I hit... And shield guard, I think. And
I did not shield guard that one. No. I'm hoping to keep the back one alive because he is within range of
I pretty much hit almost all of them.
I think.
Oh, that one was a combined range.
Yeah.
And I do a couple combined range and hit a bunch.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I hit this one. I hit like every one.
Yeah, servitors are not difficult. They're 12, 13, so not that bad. Other than the
and of course they go to POW 12, so that's pretty much gonna kill your guys.
Yeah, you can't not kill me because you start at POW 11. So, or you can, I guess, on double ones, but not if you're combining.
I was shooting at your back eye, and you thought I was.
Yes, yeah. There's a little bit of a misunderstanding.
But you probably have shield guarded in too, but I don't know why.
Well, I was trying to keep the servitor on the flag. In hindsight, it probably didn't matter too much because you can just move your kicking monk and be in range.
That's what he pretty much does. He stays on the hill just enough to...
just be... Yeah, he's def 18, def 20 on the hill, which is redonkulous. Yeah. And he's in martyrdom range, so those guys are pretty hard to move.
I think, how did you...
Oh, I countercharged. So I countercharged one of the Idrians and took it out. I'm engaging the other guy. I knew I was going to be far enough away that you can't really get
I don't feel like I moved
much to me.
I think maybe he did. Oh, he repositioned.
Oh, okay.
I was like, how did you countercharge there?
I
repositioned.
Yeah. Gotcha. So I killed an Idrian, I believe.
No, I martyred him.
You martyred him. Okay, cool. But I've engaged both of them, so they can't shoot me anymore, at least. And I know that I'm far enough away to not get charged. What's your big jack on the bottom called?
Sanctifier.
Sanctifier is potentially in range to charge, but you don't have Pathfinder, so you can't get over the wall. So I knew I was going to be safe there at least. Inverters really like to be hitting bigger targets, but I mean...
They just walk them up so you can hit them.
Yeah, mistakes were made.
It worked out.
Yep.
You ended up almost killing him.
So you're moving up your the
other Adrians
right flank.
Pop shots at all your little guys in the middle there. I think this is where I'm trying to take out as many shield guards as you can, so maybe I have something to do at your caster is pretty much where I'm getting at.
Yep, that's a good thing to do when you're against Destruction Initiative. Taking out as many of the servitors as possible is good. So you're just kind of combining into a few different ones. Remove
just
one
doing
flag.
Minor damage, really.
Well,
nothing too.
Well, I mean, this scenario depends a lot on solos too, though. So, so taking out those
I had quite a bit of solos, but
removing my solos is good.
Removing your solos is helpful.
Yeah, because my solos are throwaway solos. I mean, your solos are just indestructible with a stupid kicking monk, but
that's where. If you haven't noticed, that's where it's getting at.
That's what they do.
It works pretty good.
They sit there and they live forever
and ever.
Yeah.
Those Adrians take away that servitor on the flag and then reposition out of the way. Yeah. Because this is where
Big Daddy's gonna.
No, Harvey first. She moves over to.
And she does Crusader's Call.
Crusader's Call, yeah.
Hey Bryce, does she purify this turn?
She does purify.
There you go. Yeah, purification
is expensive, but
hey, well, when you got 10 focus to play with, and your 20-inch control,
that's 7 focus for those 2 casts.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, she's not really going to do anything else with her focus anyway, and there's not. I'm not going to be able to get to her, so it's pretty safe. I think you end up moving her back as well, so she's not.
Yeah, she's just the base.
Not in any danger of.
Outside of 15 of your tap.
Yeah. So you don't get shot with so you can't get shot with my tap.
That's where the Sanctifier runs up.
You just ran to just barely engage me because you got reach 2, right?
Yeah.
And here's your Crusaders just moved up a little bit because they
2
have.
inches?
Yeah. 2 inches with the run because they have their speed.
2 inches.
Their speed 2, and they're in rough terrain, so 2 is the max they can go.
2 inches.
Yep. So that's pretty good. I'm happy to at least slow them down. And I believe this is where you're figuring out where Harvey's going to go. So she
can sit and do 12. I think I should have moved her closer to the pond.
Yes, to catch the more of that right flank as well.
Yeah, because I would have been able to save the top unit a lot more. And
Yeah, so for some reason you want to stay within 12 of the kicking monk. I don't know why, but that seems like a bad thing for me. So, Harvey's really far back there. You've purified. Yeah, all my stuff goes away, which makes me sad.
And then I also cast Crusader's Call, which gives me +2 movement.
On the charges. Yeah.
And then this Paladin charges, I believe, is now.
The top flank, I think. Yeah, we're figuring out where he's going to go. A little bit of a tricky spot.
He just catches that rough terrain right below him. It's got a weird knob on the end of it.
Between the rubble and the forest, it's a little bit tricky for placement.
I got 13 inches of movement. It was about an inch of movement through that little chunk of... so I couldn't get the impact, but I could still get it within the lines.
Yeah.
And then this really weird thing happens.
Yes, so this took some figuring. So he charged. He successfully charged my TEP. I countercharge with my inverter. So there we go. I swing at him. I swing at him with my non-knockdown.
Change the clock over you too.
Ah, nice.
Man, I'm good at this game.
It was rolling, so on mine.
Okay.
So I roll with the chain weapon, so I ignore your shield, and I dehorse you. And then I believe this is where he paused just to have a look because it was a little funky because you've got I think you've got the lance rule while you're mounted.
While I'm mounted.
But you can't make sword attacks on a charge while you're mounted.
While I'm mounted.
Now you're dismounted.
I got dismounted, so now
you've got your sword
weapon.
Yes, which you can swing. You're within an inch, so you can swing it into my tap. So it took a minute just to kind of figure out how that interaction went. I also had meant to countercharge.
And then I also retaliatory striked you.
Oh right, yeah. So and you did some. I can't remember what you did. I think you did some damage. So
I did quite a bit to your. I think I did 6 damage to
the inverter. Yeah.
Inverter.
And I had meant to countercharge with the reflex servitor, but it was too late and kind of a funky interaction where when I would have had to do it versus when he was mounted. So I just left him where he was. You do some damage to the tep. I
did 5 damage to the tep. I didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah. So you're right in my face there, kind of blocking the tep from moving up at least. And inverter got to do something. Oh, here's the double ones train is coming. So you're channeling your inner Pat.
I think I did twice. On my shield.
Yeah, there's some double ones there. So
there's double ones through this whole, and then I think a whole
turn of double ones. Yeah. So over to me here, we're just quickly double checking that your kicking monk is in fact just within 4 inches, and I've got my jack in your zone because of the counter charge, and then I am. Oh, you're in my zone, I believe.
I am not in your zone.
You're not in my zone. Okay, I scored my zone and scored no flags. Yeah, so I'm up by 1. Oh, and you forgot to move your pony on the far left flank, so you just ran him up.
Yeah,
so
he's just gonna.
He's flanking, and he's gonna charge stuff and kill the world. So that's his plan because he's really far out there. Flanking models is good, guys, especially if they're high threat ranges because it forces your opponent to either deal with them or try and somehow
for him to get
them
benefit of Crusader's call, you need to be within like
20 inches.
20 inches, I think.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Really far. So here I'm planning out what I'm going to do. I want to keep the score train rolling. So my plan is to try and clear, make sure that the Paladin guy that's right in front of my tap on the top flank dies. I also want to put some solos on the top flag and kill I think there's one Idrian there that is contesting the flag on the top flank. The bottom flank is forever lost effectively because that stupid kicking monk is just going to be a kicking monk forever and be indestructible. So I believe I put models on that flag or around that flag just to kind of be there, but the kicking monk makes life difficult for contesting. So so just trying to.
You do allocate focus?
I did allocate focus. I've got focus on my my cipher and on my inverter, I believe. So I am sitting on
the
nothing.
Bottom and one that shoots.
Yeah. So the cipher is in the middle, and the guy down by your Sanctifier. Thinking that with five initials that 5 attacks, including the bot attacks at POW 20 and 17, that it's going to do some good work. So here I'm moving my servitors around. I end up shooting with my elimination servitor at the Idrian just for kicks and miss, but that servitor is on the flag. The plan is to try and get my tap far enough up so that I can poop out servitors, if not on the flag, then as shield guards to protect my servitor that is sitting on the flag. Here and just figuring out where my TEP can land. I forget that the rubble template actually isn't the full 5 inches, so I grab a 5-inch ring just to make sure that I'm actually getting the movement that I can do. Move him up. I'm going to position him so that I can shoot down the Idrians to try and clear up my flag. And I believe I put 1 dice in one servitor and extra dice to hit, and I believe the rest is all in extra shots, just to try and make sure the Idrians die. I think
you can spray down the wall and get 3. I think.
Yeah, and at least 1 or 2 of them was in martyrdom range. So
the front 3 are pretty much within.
Yeah, so I wanted to make sure that I had the opportunity to do as much damage to them as possible while potentially forcing him to martyrdom. I didn't bother. I'm still in the melee range of the Paladin, so I'm ignoring him for now because I have to shoot my own guys in order to hit him. So here I'm doing my rolls.
I think you kill him.
I believe I hit everybody. I auto kill the Idrian, so
I think I martyred him a couple times.
Yeah. So the big thing is killing the one who is contesting the flag. So that's that guy, and I end up doing nothing to your. I have to technically roll the damage on your Crusader. So your Crusader can't be targeted by non-magical shooting, but I was not targeting him, so I can still hit him with it. So that's how that interaction works. And here I'm now swinging at. Oh, I charged in with my reflex servitor, and I hit the one of the Idrians and blew him up, and did not manage to. I can't remember if I managed to kill the other guy and you martyred him or not. I was a 7. It's POW 7 blast damage, so I can't quite recall.
I don't think you kill any of those guys with blast damage.
I killed one, the main guy that I hit. I killed.
Yes.
But the other guy, I don't think I did, because it was only POW 7. So I have moved up I think I moved an attunement servitor up. No, that was an elimination servitor. I moved him up to be on the flag, and I just tried shooting at the one Idrian and missed. So my inverter here, I was trying to see if I could move in such a way that I could be within 6 of my cipher, and then I don't need to do that because my cipher is already full on focus. So I go ahead and I start swinging at the Sanctifier, and I rolled junk. I had 2 initials, including a POW 20 knockdown, which didn't matter because he had the book close enough. But I was.
Did you take out the right arm and the cortex?
Yeah. It was some bad rolling. POW 20 and POW 17, so it was and your armor 19, so dice +1 and then dice off 2 for all the rest. So it was pretty pretty subpar.
A fair amount of damage. So you take out the right hand and you take out the cortex.
You should have. You should have been dead. But yeah.
I mean, technically, he won't get any focus from power up.
Yeah.
Or be
if only had some way to get around that. So here I've moved up my cipher, who was loaded up on focus, and I am I believe I boosted a shot into my own servitor to lay down some rough terrain, just to gum up his jacks from getting in the way, and then I put another rough terrain shot on the Idrian.
That ring that's on top of my Crusaders is nothing.
Yes, the one at the top right is not there. It's just in the way.
Move it.
Yes, the 2 rings that are closest to my army are the ones that are there, and those are 4-inch rough terrain, which are going to slow down at least the jacks. And then I am just trying to shoot down the Idrians. So unfortunately I should not have moved my servitor first because I basically am shooting him, which is dumb. So I am trying to take out that one Idrian that's just on the far side of the house, and I took him out.
You ended up taking him out because I can't martyrdom anymore.
Right. So now I'm just figuring out where else I can put shots. I had 1 extra to hit.
I rolled any damage on that guy in the middle.
Yeah, I'm cheating.
You should have.
I'm cheating.
Because that would have been 1 less point.
Yeah. Because you weren't contesting anything there?
I wouldn't have been contesting there.
Okay. Yeah. Good at this game. Yeah. So that elimination servitor on the flag should have been dead, I do believe. So that was my bad. I apologize. Yep. That's game, guys. So I'm just moving my
moral victory. I win.
Yes. So I'm moving my other servitors around just to create a pocket of shield guards.
You move these poor mechanics to slow down this.
Yep. One of them runs in and says, "Hey, Cav guy, what's up?" So basically the entire goal was to prevent him from charging my TEP. So if I have to sack a mechanic or 2. In hindsight, the middle mechanic could have been farther back because I didn't really need to allow you to move around and kill 2 of them. That was silly on my part, but
I mean, I took a free strike for it.
Yeah, POW 8. You're going down. Yeah, so that's over to you, and I have scored up to 4. Technically, this would have been 1 less point because that.
Yeah, because
I would have hit the elimination servitor. So Dave's cheating. Yep.
I win.
Yep.
Disqualification.
Yes.
Makeda 3 wins.
I give
Makeda 3 wins.
Victory for Makeda 3. She's that OP.
I gotta try and get some kind of points, and that's what I was trying to think. That Sanctifier, heal. I think I heal 3 actually, all because of the objective.
Yep.
Which is funny because he has 3 souls on him, so he gets to move his souls over as focus.
So you heal him, you get your cortex back, and then the focus, and then the souls can turn into focus. So he is fully fueled up.
Pretty hilarious.
Is he angry too?
He's angry,
right? Yeah.
So +2 damage and attack.
Yeah.
So he pretty much hit everything. I should have probably
Acquired.
Yes. Were your choirs close enough? Oh yeah, your choir would have been close enough because you're 6 and 3, right?
Yeah.
Choiring would have been good.
Probably.
Like I said, mistakes were made.
Could have gone right beside that objective.
Yep. Harvey has moved up.
Harvey's moved up.
What did you allocate? Did you allocate?
I didn't allocate it. I allocated one at the top, and I probably shouldn't have.
Okay.
Because he didn't do actually anything.
Right.
I heal for 7.
Okay, so spending your stack to heal up.
I don't cast anything. I don't need anything.
Yeah. Yep. Nothing for you to purify off or anything.
It's pretty much just to keep that monk within.
Yep. Martyrdom's a thing. Between that and your Hierophant healing you up.
This is a Sanctifier. He does quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, he's swinging at me. You end up leaving me on.
POW 16
goes to 18. Yep.
And then POW 14 goes to 16
with
his fist.
I think he left me on 3 after he was done.
Yeah, and then that's 5 attacks. And then I fluff on freaking everything else.
Is that Vilmon?
Vilmon charges in. I don't think I do any damage with him. Oh, no, he does 2 more damage.
Okay.
And then,
or he was down to, I think, like 3 by the time those 2 guys were done or something.
Yeah, after those, he was down to 3. And then I miss with everything else.
So you move up. You forgot that you can't combine range attack into the... So you're hoping to clear up that mechanic so you then could have just charged in and impacted stuff and then killed my
double ones come.
Yeah. Double ones is good time.
Nope.
Miss. You move...
I hit my guy once.
Yeah. Oh, right, because you're shooting and potentially missing and... right, because you're Idrian...
I hit him once and then don't do any damage because... Paladins are crazy hard.
Yeah.
Armor 20 when they're on the
Because you missed my guys because you tried to shoot the inverter, right? And then had to re-roll.
This is I just shoot around, trying to pretty much take out that inverter. Mm-hmm. And
he's the one piece that is contesting your zone.
Yeah.
I think your Idrian shot and did, or one of them like cranked or something.
Oh, he was in melee.
Yes. Oh, the melee, right? The guy that was in melee with me cranked it, and he did like 1 point or something.
He got 2 damage or something, leaving you on 1 box.
I think I had two left at the end of the round. Yeah. So,
and then the monk
just moved up and was annoying.
To be annoying.
Yep. So he is right in the face of my tep. He is not movable, and he is deaf a million.
Yep. Yep.
And here you've moved up to...
I took a first strike.
Yeah, POW 8. I almost killed you. That was close.
You do nothing.
And then you kill all those 2 mechanics.
These 2 mechanics are repositioned within 4.
Yeah. So you've got the Kicking Monk and the Paladin within 4. So that all hope of that flag is gone. I basically gave up on that flag when the Kicking Monk was there. So.
And we discussed this because I have actually quite a bit of movement here. And
were you in? Oh no, that wasn't rough terrain because that's just
not rough terrain. It's not there.
So you're basically running, and we basically just had you be careful to make sure you weren't landing in line of sight and in counter charge range.
Yeah. And then
more Idrians moving up and doing Idrian stuff.
I should have probably ran with those guys and tried to get inside because I think I could have ran up and got into maybe in the middle.
You just have to watch.
You can't counter charge me because I'm engaging you.
Yes, you just have to watch because there was the jacks in the middle and the reflex servitors that also had counter charge. So in the middle of the board would have been a little bit of a tricky spot to not potentially get charged.
And then that's the end of the turn, and you win.
I think he shot a couple of things.
Shot a couple things. The book goes no knockdown because that's hilarious.
Yep. Yeah. That makes my macro
Paladin go no shoot or
Choir
go no shooting.
Yep.
And then I cast it over and we figure that you won.
Yep.
Because of the scenario. Because of 1 point.
Yeah. So, and even if I hadn't cheated and killed that the servitor in the middle.
Next turn you would.
Next time, because I don't know, was this guy in? Was he in 4?
Both of them were within 4.
Okay. So I could have just cast Bulldoze and moved up and just bumped him, or tried to kill him, but and I'm scoring my own zone as well. So I would have actually just had to end my turn.
Yeah.
And that would have done. Is that
we're just discussing?
Yeah. Okay. So you never killed the inverter the whole game?
No.
Oh, I thought
I had
right. He left on 2. Yeah. If you had activated your choir first,
if I would have activated the choir first.
Yeah. And that would have put you up by a point and would have made it marginally more difficult.
Points. Yeah. Or would have been 2.
He would have
2 points. Yeah.
2 points? You would have been up 1 point, right? Because you would have scored your zone. So it would have been 1, 2, 4 technically on the end of your turn.
I mean, all you have to do is 2 points.
So I think that was pretty manageable.
To get the second point, you had to kill a Crusader, like 2 Crusaders.
Or I cast Onslaught and I just run him and he bumps because he can be moved, right?
Yeah. Because I think the Faith is only stationary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so he can just run and touch him, and that bumps him this way back far enough. I think that he would just be out. So, But yeah, that was definitely mistakes were made on both sides. That was entertaining that way. So definitely need some more practice with axis and placement and everything. And remembering rules is always fun too. And remembering purification.
I'm playing a really hard list, and
there's a lot of moving parts.
I haven't played in.
You have not played in a long time.
A month, 2 months.
We have not seen you in a long time. Yeah, so no, it was good. It was good to get some Menoth representation on the stream. It definitely is. It's quite entertaining to see the power of Harby and kicking monks.
She's scary.
She's just her ability to keep like between the kicking monks.
I never feat.
You did not feat. You did not feat, which is, I mean, it was. You were far enough away that it didn't matter super because. I should have played her more aggressive. Yeah. I don't really have, other than the teps, I don't have much for shooting. And if you keep enough focus, then I'm only POW 11. I mean, I can bump that up. I
dropped her down to 1 once.
Yeah, so it's. I think you could potentially play.
Because I could move that wall to the other side of the water, and she could be there.
Right. Oh yeah, that would put her more central.
More central, and you couldn't put you. I would have feeded earlier.
Yeah, which makes it. I mean, my servitors die instantly, which makes it trickier. So, but yeah, Harvey especially with kicking monks, and then your hard targets like the Paladin that can do his like stone stance or whatever, and the big Paladins, like being able to keep them alive, and then especially when
Paladins are defense or armor 20.
Yeah, because they got a shield.
On their horse, because they got a shield that they can actually attack with.
Yeah. They get some more done.
And gain the 2 inches.
And they're high threat range too, which is
15
good.
inches with Harvey.
Yeah, because 8 base with reach of 2, so charging for 13, and then 15 with Crusader's Call. Yep. So they're not weapon masters, right? But they're POW 16. They're weapon masters with their little sword.
Yeah, which is POW 12. Yeah. But POW 16, I'm getting because it's a charge.
Yep. Yeah, he is a cav. Yeah, they get work done.
Continuous fire.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and being able to flank hard with models like that threat really far is really good.
Yeah, speed 8.
So, yep, it's especially when I've got a control feat like that where I'm trying to cover as much as possible. Being charged by cav is not fun, but no, it was a good game. Thank you for the game, Bryce. It was good to see you out, and we will see you guys next time. So that was scenario victory for Convergence in the end.
Hit that like button.
Yes, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the content.
Hit that little bell. You get notifications.
Yes, notifications when all the new content comes out. So we will let you guys know what the matchup will be next week, and we'll go from there. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.